season. It's the Black Knights going up against the Bengals.
Larry, we are in the place the folks here call the Jungle, and that's Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the London Black Knights and the Cincinnati Bengals. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Now to return, this is David Johnson. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be brought out by their QB, the former number 10 overall pick in the draft from Texas Tech, Patrick Mahomes.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything. Going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. Now Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
It should go without saying that anytime you run the football well and gain a nice chunk of yardage, that means the offensive line did their job and did it really well. Let's give them a little more credit than that, because all week long, offensive line meetings, they're going over adjustments, counters, when line shifts, all those things that go along with it. And yet, you still have to be physical, and that's what they did on the first play. That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Now a handoff. Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And he's going to miss this one wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Complete left side, the tight end Rodgers. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Second down to the offense, needing 5 yards. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. Over the middle, Rodgers has it. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
As a guy carrying the ball, your eyes are going to direct your feet, and you're hoping they carry you to the open spaces. But it's awfully difficult at times because you have so many things you have to look out for. Here's the line.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Marcus Golden in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So they bring out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. He'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On first down, Mahomes. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Wilson on the counter. And some room to maneuver. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So the run gets them the first, and now they opt.
Алло.
On first
Слышно?
down.
Алло. Напиши, что ты меня слышишь.
So second and medium, 2nd and 5 now.
2nd and 5 now.
Алло, как слышно?
And before they can run another play,
Вообще, да, я тебя слышу.
And time is up on the first quarter. 0-0 our score. We'll return to Cincinnati after this.
Шо?
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gordon, and it's the
Алло, ты меня
football
слышишь?
to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 5 here to start things out.
Алло, ты меня слышишь? Слышишь, чи нет? Ты меня слышишь? Давай, куда побежал? Нет, стоять! Алло, алло, алло. Где тут контроль громкости, выход на наушники. Столько звука, микрофона. Раз, два, три. Раз, два, три. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять. Вышел зайчик погулять. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять. Раз, два, три, четыре. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять. Отлично. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять. Как слышно? Как слышно? Как слышно? Ну, 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 ну. Не слышно? Раз, два, три, четыре, пять. Трансляция должна быть слышна.
Towards either the line of scrimmage or the sideline, and boy, that one worked to perfection.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes.
No, лови.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Алло, алло, раз, два, три, четыре,
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way, work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Давай, давай, лови. Yeah! Ты просто включаешь трансляцию, то есть по той ссылке, которую я тебе прислал, и слушаешь меня там, потому что у меня руки заняты, я не могу тебе писать и не могу взять телефон. Поэтому придется так. Ты вот смотришь мою игрушку, а я отвечаю на твои вопросы. Ну и тоже могу что-то задать. Не бойся, эту трансляцию никто не видит, она никому не доступна.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, this from 39. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little
Scoreless.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Or does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw?
Вперед.
Short kick, taking it to 15. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
False start. Offense.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still first down.
Now Ryan.
Yes.
Looking middle.
Сколько, блядь, перехватов?
A good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Now Ryan on second down. Now he's forced out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm.
Что все вышло? Что, куда вышло? Куда оно вышло? Что вышло? Что, куда вышло?
Look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third.
Куда оно вышло? Так, давай. Иди. Ну, вот он. Yes. То есть ты меня слышишь? Я не понимаю. Напиши, да, я тебя слышу. Напиши. Так. Я такого
Running under 4 to play now as they come up on first and 10. Again, Ryan. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down. Second and 10. It's Ryan again. And they're going to get it.
Блять.
He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. K1 short. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Partner, I know the ball security's preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On first down, Ryan. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
My high school coach John Ford used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well.
А что там? Там что, не поймано, что ли? Стоп. Блять.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie. That's the nicest thing he called me.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And brought down, but not before before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Там же вроде пойманы были. Такс.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, we'll send you to Orlando and Larry Ridley as he'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. But no touchdown. These guys need to give Larry some touchdowns to
Ты
talk
куда? Ну куда? Ну ты что, не можешь на бегу кинуть мячик красиво?
He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. And it's second down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open.
Давай.
And he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
Да нет, это не то. Ну что ты мне кинул?
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Looked like they had a window to get that in there, but a good job rallying defensively.
Excellent timing, no pass interference. The hit jars it loose, and now they force them into a decision. Do you go for it on 4th down or kick the field goal?
They're not going to kick it. A chip shot, but they're going for it down 3 on 4th down. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. And his kick is good. And that will knot things up here late in the first half. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out now joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Mahomes now on 1st down. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Jordan Hicks able to drop him for a loss of a couple. On second down, Johnson. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Okay, even just being nice, the last two plays were not very good offensively. So if you're the play caller, was it the team's execution or was it strategy? If it was execution, you continue to call the game the way you're calling it. But if it's strategy, change up what you're doing and figure it out.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals have recovered it.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football.
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. And able to find Conley. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
All right, here we go.
Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Second and 5.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be third down.
No matter what defense is called versus a running play, linebackers are telling the defensive guys up front, you take care of the offensive line, keep us uncovered, let us run to the ball, we'll make big plays. Well, that paid off there. All the guys up front, the big fellas, they controlled the 5 offensive linemen. That allowed the linebackers to just see the openings, sprint through the gap, and snuff that play out in a hurry.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense, finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
After the made field goal. Santos back out there to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So 2nd and 10 here. Throwing again. Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
All right, here we go.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
They only needed a yard, instead went backwards. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to in my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. Touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead. Charles, they had 6 DBs out there. They were thinking pass. They surprised him with a long run.
I wonder if they saw that and just checked to it. Maybe had an audible and said, you know something, against 6 defensive backs, let's run the football. Let's get our big guys downfield and match up with the littler guys and see if we can create some space. And not only did they create space, they created a path all the way to the end zone.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that one puts them on top here in the 3rd. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play 3. Back now in Cincinnati. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. On 3rd down, that's Johnson. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And this one is incomplete. He was looking there for Bruce Ellington, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the 2nd half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Mahomes. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Hurry up, here we go. Boom, 90.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. This time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. Now, Bengals on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for a 4th quarter lead. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front, but then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out, and you think, I don't know that field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
This is taken near the 13. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I think that was a pretty good read right there. They caught him in zone defense and went to the hitch. And because they're in zone, that creates a natural space between the defenders and the receiver, able to get it to him quickly and let him get upfield.
A give to Bell, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Time running out here on the play clock. Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Rodgers. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Out of the pistol, it's Bell. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Back to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They'll go again with Bell. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On third down, that's Bell. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. He'll look to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. Goes underneath for Bell. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. They'll look to throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. So they went for the 6, didn't get it. Now the call has to be for 3.
I agree with you. I know the competitive instinct says, let's go ahead and take another shot. But you took it already. Go ahead now, get the field goal.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Second down now after the incompletion.
Here we go. 3-19.
He's back to throw. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Now Mahomes. And some space here. Give them 17 and a Cincinnati first down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go.
Mahomes to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A fourth quarter score from the Meadowlands. And the Seahawks able to take home that victory. Blake Bortles, a touchdown pass to help lead the way. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
One more extra point attempt for good measure. So it is up and good, and what was a 1-point game to the very end actually winds up an 8-point victory. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for our visitors, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10.